It's just like a nail shop, and we sell polish and strengthener and like nail health items, and then also can make press-ons. I can show you some if you would like to see them. Do you have like a preference? Okay, well, I have some that are on the shorter side. I have some fun ones too, so I can show you the fun ones if you want to see them first, and you can look at the short ones. It might be a little bit more usable. I have like not that many fun ones, most of them are pretty practical, but this one has a little butterfly, and then it has this flower, and then it has some little texture bits, and some little loosely creased little gems. I think these are really pretty, for especially for like springtime or something. Yeah. And then there's like another kind of like a louder set, I would say. These are these have a mermaid tail, and then it comes with a moon and some hearts. And kind of these are like story time themed, very like underwater, but also nighttime. And then they have little bubbles on them too. And then they have these little stars, starfish, and stuff. I think these are fun. They're kind of impractical for like every day, but I think they're fun for like costumes and especially the little, these little bits that kind of get stuck in your hair. The embellishments. It's kind of like a mint. No, wouldn't wear these like when you it's most of the on the shorter side. I'm gonna look at fun ones first. These are crazy. Another set, this reminds me of something you wear for like a photo shoot or something, just because it's they're so long. They have the little shell detail with like gel polish. They have pearls on this one. This one has a flower, just like this one, and these two kind of match the shell detail. And then this looks like kind of like a pool or underwater. It gives me more like pool vibes than it does ocean vibes, but the shells kind of bring it together. I think these are really fun. If you like long nails, I can show you for a while, but personally, these would be like a photo shoot or event type of nail for me. We have some that are kind of mid-like, but they're very chill, in my opinion. These are, I love coffin-shaped nail, and these are a coffin shape. They have like cat eye polish in the middle. And then they're very like fairy tale is kind of the vibe I would say. I love a light green nail. I don't actually even have a light green polish. But I wear a lot of clothing in this color, so I really like it. Yeah, I think the gold detailing is just really pretty. I have a green set, and we'll get into some of the more practical nails. But this is in a green set, so it has like a little fairy printed in the background. And then it has the little like moss detailing and like ivy detailing. And then it has some little water droplets. I think it is so pretty. Yeah. Typically when my co-workers and I make a set, we will make multiple of the same set just to keep a bunch in stock. This is one that I haven't tried yet. But I think it's really. And we have some that are a little bit more bedazzled. Let's see. I'm trying to like kind of categorize them, but they're so different. These are just a pink junk nail. These remind me of just like a little girl's like kind of style. It has the pink bows and hearts and just a lot of pink and glitter. I think they're just so girly and fun. I feel like you would wear this if you have this kind of junk style. So these are called junk nails. If you have this kind of style, these would match really well with that like pink style. My last set I'll show you in this kind of category are these balloons. These are very Elsa except for the butterfly, but they just have silver and light blue detailing, and I just think yeah, these are some fun colored ones. I love the little butterfly detail right there. It's such a pretty accent to the nail. So now that we got that out of the way, I have three that I find that are kind of classic. So let's do this one on the classic ones. This is just another beach set, but it's a lot simpler than the last one, so it just has a little shell and just some little starfish. And the same thing, the gel polish and the shell detail. Yeah, I think these are for like a beach vacation or something. Some nails that are a little bit more up my alley. These kind of classic ones. So these are just white. I love a white nail. They're just so clean and crisp. It's one of my favorite nail colors out there. I don't do it so often because it's hard if you accidentally get like paint or anything that you're working with on your nails. It's really obvious, but I do like to have a white nail. But these are polka dotted. So these are white with little black polka dots, and then they have the little bow. These remind me of Minnie Mouse. There she's like pink or whatever, or red. I think that they're just kind very vintage looking, in my opinion, and then they have very vintage and very classic. And then I have this that gives the same vibe. This is a cat eye, like a light nude colored cat eye, which I really love. And then it has the red fruit stem and then a little bow and polka dots on this one. This one, in my opinion, is like a perfect Valentine's Day set. I think it's just gorgeous. And these are also kind of on the shorter side. And I think it's just like so like classic and just beautiful in my opinion. I love the dark red fruit too. This is more event oriented. I look at these and I just think of a picnic or like strawberry shortcake. But these, they have like the stripes and strawberry. They're just so cool for like a picnic or something. I find the strawberry detailing, especially the one with the seeds, is so cool. And then I have two that I consider mine like classic but also fancy. They're nude colored nails, which are my favorite. Actually match my current nail polish right now. These are just like a nude base, but they're kind of on the longer side, and they have this little flower detailing on them. I find these just so cool. This is like the kind of nail I would go for if I was doing a press-on set for myself. I just love this color. I'm like a natural looking nail kind of person anyway. Yeah, I know some people like the really, really bold nail. I'm just not the biggest fan. Every now and then I'll do a bold colored nail, but I'm much rather for my neutrals. This is the same. This is the neutral nail with just flowers on it instead of nothing. And then it has these little gold like pearls for the middle of the flower, little bow, and then just like the gold accent. I think it's really pretty. Yeah, these are my favorites as well. So now we get into the ones that you said you're interested in. So I have all of these shorter nails in front of me, and these are the ones that I would consider much more wearable. These are the ones I would wear. I would put on a move on until they kind of pop off, and then I typically leave. These nails are actually reusable, so if you want to wear them for an event, you can take them off and store them back in a little container, and then you can kind of reuse them kind of to your liking until they get too gross or maybe they break or something, then you can throw them away. But other than that, they're very much so reusable. We'll start with this set. This is one of my only square sets, and I love a square nail. I don't know what it is. I just think they're so pretty. And these aren't like drastically square, but they are not rounded, so they are technically square. I think it's called a squoval or something. There's like a name in the nail industry for like a not exactly square but not exactly round. I think these would be considered squovals because they're not drastic, but they're on the shorter end, and they just have this light blue color with the neutral color and like a gold detail. I think that these are really pretty. And even has a little starfish. I love the detailing on that one as well. This is so pretty. And then let's see what the front ones. So all of these are kind of fun. The most tame ones I would say are probably these. They're, like I said, I love a white polish. So these are white and they have these little flowers on them. I think these are peonies. I'm not exactly sure. They just look like that. Maybe a tulip. And they have the little gold accent as well. And they have little pearls as well, so they're just very dainty. These are a little bit on the longer side. A little bit longer than my nail currently. I just think they're gorgeous. And then we have, let's see. These are again cat eye. Again, a little bit on the longer side, but they're still shorter than previous ones. And then they have this kind of bolder flower detailing, the gel polish, and then some like abstract kind of SpongeBob looking flowers, and then a little just detailing there. And we have two green cat eye ones. These are on like a butter yellow base, and I think that's such a gorgeous color. I cannot pull off butter yellow personally. There's definitely a skin tone out there that pulls it off so well, and I think it's such a pretty color. I would, if I could pull off butter yellow, I would wear it more, because I really like it. Okay, so these are the last four. The last four I have, and these are all short nails. So we have these abstract green nails, and these have a little leaf detailing on them. And over one up here as well. I think that these are really pretty. Again, they have the gold accents with some glitter, which is really pretty. And again, the green color in this is also a cat eye. Cat eye is very popular right now. I don't have many cat eye polishes that I own, but we do sell quite a few of them here. And then this one is a little hand-painted fish with a little star fish, and it's on a light blue cat eye polish as the background. It's got, some of them have little bubbles. Maybe they all have bubbles. Yeah, they do. They all have bubbles as well. They reflect, they really reflect the light. If you're out in the sun, you're going to be shining. So I have two more nails to show you today. I have this more dainty green set, and these have a cat eye heart in the middle. You can see that. They have a cat eye heart, and they have these little bows, and then just little gems, little accent. I think these are so pretty. I have a dress that these would match. And then the last set, these are a little bit more bold in my opinion. These are kind of the junk nail category, but it's just a kind of brownish purpley blue. It's a weird color. It looks green. It looks purple to me under this lighting, but they do reflect green a bit. I guess under certain lighting they look blue. But the fun ones are these ones with so many little gems on them. I would consider these junk nails because they have so many gems. And the polish underneath is also shimmery. I just think they're so pretty. And they're kind of like, if you're not looking at them under the light, they just look like a brownish blue. It's a really weird shade. They're just really eye-catching. And we do sell all this stuff to put them on. So, is there any sets that you're interested in? Okay, well I actually have the little sticky tabs as well. These are how you stick them to your nails. And if you haven't ever worn press-ons before, then we have this as well. These are little files. And we also have the little cuticle cleaners. Okay. And the key to getting them to stay on and not coming off for me, that's how I do them, but you clean your nail first. Obviously cut your nails if you want your actual nails to be shorter. You just treat your regular nails however you would normally. You push the cuticle back with this little cuticle pusher, and you can scrape as you like dead skin. You can scrape it off as well. And then I buff my nails out to get rid of any sort of like texture, because my nails are kind of rough already, so I'm gonna try to buff that out. Sometimes when you buff them, it'll make them not last as long. I don't find that to be the case for me personally, but you could always test it out and see what you do. And then I used to be an absolute hater of these sticky tabs. I just wasn't a fan. They never worked for me. But I figured out that if you do actual nail prep beforehand, like I mentioned, and then you spray your nails or dehydrate them, so you can use a dehydrator, or you can use just isopropyl alcohol, so you can just get it from the store and just spray it. I always have it anyway, it's like a first aid, so I just always have some. And then you just spray your nails and let them dry, and then you can stick down your sticky tabs and stick your nails on. And for me, I have lasted a full week with some nail sets. They haven't popped off, and they are, I have to pry them off at the end of the week when I want to change my nails out. So, for me, it works really well. Now, if you have your hands in hot water a lot, or water a lot, they can definitely, like, the water can start getting under the sticky tab to make it peel away. But if you're pretty, like, careful with your nails already and you're trying not to mess them up, and you want to keep reusing them and saving them, and you treat them well, they can last a very long time. What I do is I will show you, because we sell these as well, but this is my example, is I store all of mine after I've taken them off, and this nail book. So I have a book, and it just has all of my press-ons in it that I've worn, and I just reuse them after I'm done. And we have these over on a table over there if you're interested in picking one up. They also come with the sticky tape to stick your nails to the book. Something to stick it on with. And yeah. If you have any other questions, I can get the ones that you want to pick. Okay, well, I really hope that you enjoy your press-ons. Like I said, it comes with this little packet they come with, and then if you need more, you can come back. here's your nails, and I really hope that you enjoyed your shopping here today. Well, come back if you need more press-ons or if you need sticky tabs. Thank you so much. Have a great day. Bye-bye.